Happy 4th, everybody. I'm just sitting here eating Funyuns and drinking Sundrop soda, Sunkist soda, and water, and then some Mott's fruit snacks. I'm ready to go because we just got done with our 4th of July party about 20 minutes ago, and it started at 1 o'clock. So we've been going for 9 hours and change now. Or I guess, 9 hours and like 9.5 hours. Crazy. Damn. All day party, Christian. All day.
Sounds like you had a good time. First off, can you hear me fine? Because can you hear me fine?
Perfect. Can you hear me?
My window unit's going because it's hot as fuck, and I'm sure you, dude, it's so humid in Louisiana, and I'm not telling you because like I'm telling you something that you don't already know, but the humidity is so bad, Brandon. It hugs you when you open the door. Like it's one thing. Like I'm not trying to be that guy, but for all the people that complain about heat that live in fucking Nebraska, like you need to understand what humidity does. Brandon, you can agree with humidity exaggerates the temperature.
Oh yeah, it's that wet hot. It's not good. It's like being hugged by a hell ghost or something.
Exactly. So the house is fine. The temperature's fine in the house, but all my units are just working their ass off. But anyway, my point is there's a setting on here called reduce background noise, and my window unit's right here, and it's hitting me, which feels good, but I just want to make sure you're not hearing this gigantic ass sound the whole time.
I don't hear anything. I wouldn't have known it was on if you didn't say nothing.
Good, but that's the beauty of these cardioid mics. Like the only audio it picks up is what's coming right there, so anything from behind it doesn't really do anything. Let's see what we got. I think we got some super chats. Of course, we got Saturn Video as CHH takes multiple hits from the Komodo hockey puck rage storm. He takes a critical hit, knocking Jordan Brown Peterson from his untethered mind. Dude, Jordan Brown Peterson is a legend. As our heroes recover, they see a dark shroud loom overhead. The end is nigh. Brandon, I'm gonna hire somebody. I'm gonna pay somebody to go through my channel later this year to make like a Planet Dirty greatest hits compilation. I'm going to upload that as a video, like the best of Planet Dirty and the best of Planet CHH. Like I want to have like the best of videos this year, but I don't have time to do that. So I'm going to hire somebody.
All for it. That sounds great.
What I have to say to Saturn Video is
I feel like people sleep, and they do.
And we got Beyond the Grave Media. Brandon, I've got a Coke Zero Vanilla.
Nice.
It's pretty good. I like it a lot.
Sundrop. Sunkissed.
Damn. I'll tell you, the only thing better than Return of the Living Dead Day and Jaws is the healthy butter spray of fresh corn cobs and growling at my family. Cheers, dudes. Brandon shook his head like, oh yeah, I totally agree.
I understand.
You rat bastard.
Casual scenario.
Let's give him a different one. Brandon, you know what's a classic? This one right here.
It's always been Creepshow 2. One that we have is great value, so it's a Creepshow 2 also to me just feels like that perfect 80s time capsule. You know what I mean? Like with the Firebird and the second sequence and all that stuff. The one that we have is great value, so it's a Walmart brand. It'll flip your lunch tray.
Is the classic. That's the first one he ever did.
You got to understand how hard I was laughing just when I was making that. I knew it was funny in the moment when I was making it.
Oh yeah.
It's drug fueled. It's kind of demonic.
It really is. It's like Twin Peaks.
The one that we have is great value, Brent. The one that we have is great. Oh man, we got Ann Lives with $1.99. Thank you, kid. He says happy 4th to you too. You too, dude. Happy 4th. Keep it up, man. You're doing a good job, dude. What is this?
Make it with just the kernels, add your salt in there after it's finished, and instead of shaking it up with that popcorn butter and oil stuff you're talking about, use some grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil and salt, it'll change your life. I swear to Christ.
Hell yeah.
Good times, dude. Happy 4th to everybody in the chat. I see everybody. Movie Misfits gifted a channel membership. Whoever wants it, grab it. Thank you, Movie Misfits. That's very nice of you. Thank you so much. We got Evil Ash in the house. Quentin Loves Strange. JG Michael. Ben Grimm. Ooh, Sue. There he is.
There's the dance.
Hate X. Justin Smith, Alex Movie Collector. Iron Wolf, Saturn Video, of course. Scratch Burno, Aaron Click, Knife Missionary, Zach's Horror House. Who else we got here? Blu-ray Addict. We got the usual people tonight.
We got 101 people watching right now.
How many likes do we have? I don't even want to know, Brandon. I don't
wanna
even
know?
want. I don't want to know. I need to know, but I'm saying I don't want to know.
I should tell you. Okay, so 101 people watching, 58 likes right now.
That's bullshit.
That means half of them hate the show. Half of the people watching hate the show.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I'm gonna be nice tonight. I'm not gonna bust everybody's balls about that. But yeah, we got a lively chat tonight, Brandon. Happy 4th to you, man. I hope your day
Likewise.
was great.
Oh, that's so good.
I did my Bubba burger. So what happened was we cooked today. I did Bubba burgers, dude. I had a double burger.
Nice, very good.
I slow cooked them on a pan. I didn't do a. Oh, what's up?
A pug enters the room. I love it. I love it.
I slow cooked my burgers on the pan because it was so hot. I was like, I'm not cooking outside. So I slow cooked them, and because I didn't want to steam up the house too bad. But dude, those Bubba burgers were delicious. I mean, they were very, very juicy. They had a good taste. All I did, dude, was salt, pepper, and I do cayenne on mine because I like spice. I'll put cayenne on mine, dude. I made a double, put cheese on both patties, toasted the bun, dude.
Nice.
It was sensational.
Excellent.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, Bubba burgers are fantastic. Fantastic. I was really happy with the smash burgers I got pre-made frozen patties. Got a 20 count box from Sam's Club, and it was a different brand. It was a brand I'd never heard of before, but the price was too good to pass up. And they were smash burgers, and they turned out pretty damn good. I had 5 of those today. 5.
Damn.
In the 9 hours we were partying. So
what did I have for dessert? Oh, I got some ice cream, some pints. I got dude, one of them I got was delicious. I didn't eat the whole thing. I stopped myself. It was Bluebell, and it was fruity cereal, and it's basically vanilla ice cream with fruity pebbles in it. And it's really good.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you want some really good ice cream besides Bluebell, there's a brand. I think I've told you this before. I'm not sure if you can find it where you are. We have it here in Publix. I think it's in Walmart, but I think it's called Jenny's ice cream. It comes in little tiny pints, not full size like containers of ice cream. And it's pretty pricey. It's like $6, $7, or $8 for a little pint, but it's probably the best ice cream I've ever had in my life. There's a thing called Brambleberry Crisp by Jenny's ice cream. Dude, it changed my life.
I've never tried that.
My life.
Yeah, that's Owen. He's Owen. Get out of there. No, but what happened for me today, dude, was so I do all that, and me and Sydney are so old. We eat, and then we kind of want to just like lay around and nap.
Same.
And I was like, oh, I want to nap today too, because like I've been going so hard with YouTube and everything. I was like, I need to just chill out today. And I was coming in here, and like I bumped into something when I came in the room. I was like, F this, man. I got to reorganize this place. And for some reason, I always rotate this room to where I'll have my TV where I'm at now, and then my desk over on the other wall. And I was like, I'm going back to the other way because it makes the room seem so much bigger. So like I literally for hours have been moving my desk, pulling movies out, setting my TV back up over here. I was getting a shelf moved that had movies in it, and I was like, I'm not going to be that rush. I'm going to pull the movies off the shelf and move the shelf over in the corner. And I did it. The shelf was one of those Walmart shelves. I'd used it for so long, dude. When I pulled it, the wood just broke. Oof. So then I had to get another shelf, and they didn't have one. So I just got like this white shelf over here. So I've been doing that all day, dude. And
Jesus Christ.
I got band practice tomorrow, but I'm going to go see Maxine at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Holy crap.
Yeah, my theater, my Cinemark has shows all day. And so I'm going to see it at 9 a.m. I actually rewatched X. I was like, I wonder if I should watch Pearl or X today, because I know I'm not going to have time to watch both. I was like, I probably should just rewatch X, considering this movie's after that. And I enjoyed X again, but I don't know. I'm excited to see Maxine. I know you saw it, which is so fucking hysterical to me because you usually wait 2.3 years before watching anything that comes out.
Oh, I didn't see Maxine.
Was that not you that sent that picture that was like about to watch this?
Cody saw it.
Oh, Cody. That was Cody.
Yeah.
Why did I think that was you?
I don't know. The chat's been a blur.
Yeah.
For everybody watching, we have a big group chat, so Christian's just on acid. I wish I had seen it. I want to see it really bad. I don't think I'll get to it for a while. You know what I mean? But yeah, you are correct. I'll probably fucking wait 3 years to see it.
I'm excited. I talked to a few people, and most people say like, "Oh, it's good. It's good. You got nothing to worry about." So, but I don't know, dude. Like, I'm gonna watch it and review it, but like, I'm really excited for Alien,
Mhm.
and I'm excited for Nosferatu, but that doesn't come out till December, dude.
Christmas Day, I think, right?
Like, that's cool in a sense because it'll give me some fix during that
Mhm.
time. And like, I'm a Dracula mark, so like, I'm excited for that. And I actually think, Brandon, this may be the one that succeeds. There's a lot of press to it. It's got Robert Eggers. I still think Last Voyage of the Demeter should have done much better than it did, but it's a big ass long title. People would lose interest before finishing saying the name out loud.
It should have been called The Last Voyage.
But Brandon, it was a good Dracula movie. I
Mm.
mean, I think it would have worked for a lot of people today because it wasn't a guy with a cape. It was him in that bat gargoyle form the entire movie. I really think it would have worked for people, but I just think people didn't see it.
It'll probably be a sleeper. I'm sure it'll get a lot of traction in the next couple of years. Like a lot of people saying, "Oh, that movie was actually pretty damn good." You know what I mean? I think that's probably what's going to happen. I still haven't seen it, but I have high hopes it's good. I'm sure the same thing will happen for the Nick Cage vampire film as well. That'll probably grow a good cult following in the next 5-6 years. I think that's what I think is going to happen.
Oh, speaking of Nick Cage, Long Legs looks really cool too.
It does.
I got a magazine the other day. Rue Morgue put out a magazine and they had Long Legs on the cover, and I was reading a little bit about it. And I was like, dude, I was thinking to myself, read about it. I was like, this actually may be the sleeper of the year. Long Legs. Like, you never know, Brandon. Like, it could be the movie of the year.
I hope so. I hope it is, because Nick Cage deserves it for one thing.
He really does.
I love watching this resurgence. I don't know where it came from, but I'm glad to see him back like on the big theatrical stage again.
Me too.
You know, he had Renfield. He has this movie. Good for him, dude. Good for him. But Nosferatu, man, I just hope he looks good. I hope it's not just Bill Skarsgård. Like, I hope they actually go all the way with the makeup and the prosthetics and make him look like the original film to an extent. You know what I mean? I hope it's not just a dude. That's what I hope.
I have a feeling Nosferatu is going to bomb at the box office since it came out on Christmas Day. I hope I'm wrong, though. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But it's sort of an elegant presentation. So Christmas sort of makes sense. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
It's almost
like a romantic thing.
I feel like with horror movies now, it's just like each movie kind of gets its designated spot, and nothing horror-wise seems to really compete anymore with anything else.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you just, whatever month it is, there's a horror movie that you go and see. Like, I feel like right now is about to be Maxine, but like over the last week or so, it was Quiet Place. Like, that was the one, which I never went to go see, but I hear it's pretty good. And honestly, I saw the first Quiet Place. I thought it was okay. I really hated those CGI monsters, though.
Yeah, they don't look good at all.
And I don't blame Krasinski. He's openly, I take that back. I totally blame Krasinski because he talked about in an interview, he goes, I'm not really into horror at all, but I thought the script was good because it was really about like the love of a family. And I just roll my eyes when I hear that shit. I'm like, oh, for God's sakes, man, come on. This is entertainment. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
But yeah, the CGI monsters was clearly him saying, just make them look scary. We'll put them in, we'll do it in post. You know, like, I feel like if you would have given if you would have given that movie to like a James Wan or a Lee Whannell or something, I think Quiet Place would have been much more of a cult. I mean, it would have been successful either way, but I think that in terms of horror fans, it would have more of a bigger status, I think.
Do you think if somebody else had done it, like one of the people you just named, they wouldn't have shown the creatures in full frame? Like you would just see like an arm
That's another
here, arm
element.
there.
That's another element you could have gone.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought the creatures just looked like
It just looked
the
like
lickers
shit.
from Resident Evil.
I just look like shit, man.
It was
It's
like
just like
2001 CGI
yeah.
in the worst way possible.
Let's see what the chat's saying. Once again, I'm going to plug Abigail since y'all are talking about vampire movie. I am JG. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna buy it. I've already decided I'm gonna get the Blu-ray, and I'll review. I'll do. It'll either be a YouTube short or a video, but I will review it.
Hmm.
Brandon, you know what's funny? So I posted. What's that? I really think me and you are in the minority. Besides Saturn Video.
I'm so jealous. I see it sitting next to you. God damn it.
I posted on my Instagram story like review soon because I'm gonna review this because the Steelbook's cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's an excuse for me to actually talk about Diary of the Dead. I'm hoping my intuition is there is a sector of people, not everybody, that say, "Oh, that movie's not good." But if I asked them, "Well, when did you see it?" They would say, "Well, everybody said it wasn't good. I never really watched it." Me and you agree that we're not saying it's Dawn of the Dead, but in terms of found footage, in terms of a zombie film, it's not half bad.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty damn good.
I think you'll like the Steelbook though, Brandon. I mean,
are there any features or is it just basically bare bones?
Feature commentary by George Romero, Adam Suica, and Michael Dougherty. Michael Dougherty edited this?
I don't know.
For the record, feature-length documentary on the film's cast, crew, and creation, the roots, the inspiration for the film. It's probably the same features.
It's the same features. I'm gonna buy it anyway, just because.
It's got
not because I like Steel. It's so bizarre that it got re-released.
I totally agree.
That's so weird and random, dude.
It's funny because when I posted that, some people did hit me up and they were like, "What the F? Like I didn't see that." Now I said, don't trust Walmarts anymore. They're already horribly wishy-washy with the Steelbook stuff now. They started out really good when earlier this year, but now it's like you never know what they're going to stock. They're probably going to resort back to the mainstay Walmarts. And I think the pre-orders for these Steelbooks are getting so hefty online that not much stock is even hitting the store. So if there's something you want, people, just order it. I'm old school. Trust me. I like going to the store and getting it because it's fun and you actually get out of your goddamn house, but you can't risk it with this stuff. So you can order that. You can order that online.
My Walmart right here in town, they're doing a horrible job of keeping their Steelbook section, the end cap, organized because it's always trash when I go in there. Stuff's laying everywhere. They don't bother putting it away. But what's cool about it is I keep going to their clearance section in the media section, and there's tons of Steelbooks that are slightly damaged that are getting marked down half off and beyond. I just haven't gotten any because nothing's appealed to me, but they'll be slightly bent and they're marking them down. It's the same place where they have that Steven Seagal 7 movie Blu-ray. It's $3. And I'm I should buy that shit and review every movie. I should do that. But yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to that Steelbook. I want it. I need it.
You do need it. Oh, Brandon, you could probably, I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, but you could check Walmart tomorrow because I think theoretically this should be available now.
I should.
So there's something else. There's a Meg Steelbook that's kind of purplish. That's kind of cool, but I don't know. Brandon, they're making a Leatherface 2017 Steelbook.
I saw that
with the big cow head on the front.
Yeah, and Texas Chainsaw 3D, correct?
So yes, people have asked me what. I want to talk about this for the chat to get involved as well in this. People have asked me, why don't you do live commentaries? And I'm going to answer the question. I think I have no desire. If I'm on YouTube and I'm let me see what's going on YouTube. Let me see if by the way, we got 119 people in here. Please just hit the like button for God's sakes. If I'm on YouTube, Brandon, and I'm scrolling my subscription feeds and I see live commentary video, streaming or something, it's nothing personal, but I don't care who it is. I have zero desire to sit there and watch somebody commentate on the movie.
Agreed.
Now let me already respond to what people in the chat may say. Well, Christian, you do that with UNITA. You guys used to do that all the time.
We did.
Yes, but the fact is, and people still ask me and Nick to do that, but the fact is, if you watch my videos that I do with that, I'm a pro at podcasting. I'm pretty good at podcasting. I know that the reality is once you hit play, the conversation happens, and odds are the best stuff about that has nothing to do with the movie. But I still get asked why we don't do commentaries, or should you do a commentary? And I was wondering if we should try it for an episode down the road or not. I just don't know, because I get asked about it a lot still. And I was thinking to myself, well, what if we did one for like Leatherface 2017? Because that's not a movie that is like, to me to do a commentary on a great movie was like the worst idea ever. Like, I don't like, if you just, oh, this is great. Yeah, look at Bub, man. Oh man, that's great. Like, I would much rather commentate on something that doesn't have a great reputation if we did it. That's my feeling about it. But I don't know how you feel. I don't know how the chat feels, if they agree with me that, nah, you guys should stick to just doing the Howard Stern show, basically, or you should try doing a random ass commentary one time.
I don't know. Like, the last commentary I was on with you guys on UNITA was the Friday the 13th Part 8 one. I think that was the last one. Maybe it was Jason X, but it was a blast. But the conversation
those
derailed.
aren't live either.
That's true. Those weren't live, were they?
And that's my point. That's my point. Those commentaries are not supposed to be a movie. The reality is you hit play and you commentate down the road on bits and pieces. But really, those, especially the non-live ones, it's about a conversation. And sometimes the movie helps a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Planet 30 is just the Howard Stern show, which is kind of what I like it to be. Free flowing, not even about movies half the time, just us shooting the shit about pumpkins and freezers and wrestling, like just random shit, like where we watch videos of a guy falling to his deathbed in the ocean.
It's pretty good.
But I'm just wondering if maybe once we should try it. You know, I don't know how I don't know what the chat would they be are into that. You know,
would we actually be commentating on the movie as we watch it?
And that's the thing, like, you can't ask me to do that. You know, like, you have, okay, Christian, can you just talk about the movie? Like, I don't know, maybe we should just, I don't know.
I would love to talk about, like, in a live setting with you, talk about because that movie has a very, I'll save it for the commentary if we do it, but Leatherface has a lot to offer.
Just go for it.
I would like to talk about the visuals, the cinematography, the audio, the acting, all that kind of stuff would be cool to dissect. I could keep it on track for it if we wanted to do that. I don't know how fun it would be for the audience, but what would we do? Like, just say, hey, we're about to press play. If you're going to watch it with us, press play now.
Yeah, kind of like, and I'm not, listen, yeah, that's exactly it. And I'm not putting anybody down that does that. It's just because that's content and there is an audience for that. But for just as a personal thing for me, I don't enjoy doing them. Right? Like, I don't enjoy doing them that much. Like sitting down and just like watching a movie and just like kind of responding to comments. I've never been a big fan of that. But I feel like I'm in the minority because that's like a popular thing on YouTube. I just want, for me, live shows, I always want them to be live. Like, my thing, Brandon, and what I wanted this show to be is, I think some of the regulars that watch the show can attest to this. I want this show to be, I want to watch because I have no idea what the fuck is going to be talked about tonight or where it's going to go. Right. What's going to get brought up. Yeah. Because there's no rules. Literally, we have talked. I remember we had a section where we literally talked about like banquet TV dinners versus kid cuisines and how that's what I love about this. So I don't know.
It's up to you. I'll leave it up to you. I wouldn't mind doing it. It would probably be fun, but
I'll do a poll.
I'm with you. I will not watch a commentary from anybody.
You know, it's funny. It's like I say, I'll do a poll. Everybody that votes on the poll, if I did one of my community tab, none of them would be people that would watch the actual video.
Nobody. Nobody.
Oh man. Movie Misfits with a $5 super chat. What I do with my live streams is treat it as a hangout with a movie playing. We could talk about the movie or whatever the chat wants. That's what I do. First off, thank you very much, Movie Misfits. And no, I totally get that. Yeah, I totally get that. I've watched your show before, and thank you when he uses some of my music too. So thank you very much. It's just, yeah, I struggle though. I struggle because then I'll get, I think before I've even gotten comments like, especially on Unita, like it's like, wow, you guys really didn't even. There was one time I think we played Texas Chainsaw 03 where I didn't like us even once we hit play. I don't think I said anything about the movie once to where I actually had to change the name of the actual video. And then when people watch it, they're like, oh, they're watching Texas Chainsaw, because that's just how I am, dude. Like I'm a, you know, that's just what we do. I feel. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll think about it.
It's up to you. It does sort of box you in if you do a commentary. I don't know.
I can listen to Stone Gassman read from the dictionary, Cliff. I have a small channel I just started. Just happy to be here. Well, congrats,
cool.
dude. Very, very cool.
Do it. I
enjoy live commentaries if they balance things well. Talk about the movies first and foremost, but address the chat occasionally. I like them. See, that's the thing. I can't balance. This comment sums up my issue with them. The balancing act, Brandon. Like I can't balance.
Yeah.
And I like to let it, like one of the best episodes I think we ever did was one of us said something and it triggered the tomorrow's going to be hotter. And then we pulled up the Sears commercial, and then the rest of the episode we went on this rabbit hole, and the chat went nuts. They were like, pull up this commercial, pull up the Alien 3 Pepsi commercial. It was pandemonium.
And then the episode got demonetized.
And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's why I appreciate the super chats, because then it makes me feel like, okay, screw it. We'll take off monetization on this video.
I agree. That was a fun episode. I swear to God, the best fucking Planet Dirty was the one where what was it?
There was a cream stream.
That one too, but the one where
that chicken from Popeye.
That's right, that too. That was a good fucking episode. But the one where you were walking down the street showing us the graveyard and shit and the closed stores. What the fuck was that? That was a very off the rails show.
That
I was showing you guys the haunted house and shit. It was bizarre.
Yeah. Dude, I want a haunted house tour.
I should do that.
Dude, it's funny about that. You know what? Like, as weird as this sounds, I really didn't plan it this way, but subconsciously, I live in a college town, and I knew that they were blowing up all the fireworks in my town yesterday. It's like there's no fireworks going off by me. I think
it's 10:45. Most fireworks are probably done right now. Like all the ones in my area have died down by 10:45. There's that dog.
Yeah. Oh,
what is his name?
Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop.
Yeah, he's big, dude. He got big. Let me see if I can back him up so you can see him. He got really big. But I don't know. Iggy, come here. Come here, Iggs. Come here. See, dude, he's probably 45, 50 pounds.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he got massive. But dude, we had an issue with him 2 nights ago. Or it was 2 or 3 nights ago. I woke up. My stomach was not my stomach. I woke up. I had to go pee. It's like 6 a.m. I walk out of the bedroom and I was like, something stinks. Like something smells bad.
Uh-oh.
So no. I go in the living room. So we have a kitchen counter, and then we have a kitchen counter, then we have a dining room table right here. Below the kitchen counter on the back side is 3 cabinets that Sydney has all of her supplies in. like wax stuff here, like just 3 big cabinets full of wax melt supplies. Somehow Iggy vomited all over that, but it looked like shit. Like something happened. I don't know if he was eating it in the backyard, but it was huge. It was like this much. It projectile all over the cabinets. And I was like, oh my God, I got to clean that up. So I cleaned all that up. It took me like 40 minutes. I had to pull the cabinets out, open them up, spray them down. And so I'm like, God damn, it smelled so bad. It was rank. So then I was like, let me get them outside, get a candle blowing, all that. Boom. I do all that. And so I go run and come back, and I'm like, man, it still stinks in this house. Like, what the fuck is going on? So Sydney's still asleep. She hadn't even gotten up yet. I come back in, and I'm like, let me light another candle. Like, let me just kind of spray Febreze in the house. I'm like, okay, it's fine. 20 minutes goes by. Like, I'm like, fuck, man, I can still smell it. So finally, Sydney's up, and as soon as she gets up, I just kind of happen to turn like the light on the ceiling fan, where like the living room gets real bright. He vomited all, like, if you walk in my living room is a very closed, tunnely house. Everything is like tunnel. It's not a very open floor plan. You turn the light on the rug next to the backside of the coffee table, where you have to literally walk around the coffee table to look at this part of the rug. Projectile all over that. Just got this new rug. Just got it. Did it right there. And then we cleaned that up, and Sydney happened to just be standing in this perfect position to where she could see behind the dining room table against the back window. He vomited all over that.
What the hell?
Where the AC unit was too. The cold core covered in it. So it looked like shit. Like I think he was eating it outside. Is what I think he was doing. So it took forever to clean up. It was a nightmare.
That sounds horrifying.
Absolute nightmare. So yeah, it took all day, and it was so funny because I had just gone on Instagram like earlier that morning, like, you know, here's Iggy, he's doing great, he's a good dog, and then he's good though, dude. He's good.
That's good.
And then Rodney is good too. He's the smallest one. I was watching my Hatchet collection earlier, which you haven't got yours yet.
No, what a stupid fucking system.
You know what though, dude? I'll be honest with you. Most people in my comments to my review, they didn't like this.
Really?
Not the movies. They didn't like the Steelbook. I'll show you why.
The stacked discs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, what annoys me about these is look at how thick that is.
I know.
Stack. Dude, you have to really pop them out. But I will say this, Brandon, the bonus disc where they have it's like 45 minutes. It's Adam, the female producer, I forget her name, and his cinematographer. They sit down and they just talk about the movies. Not interview, where it's like, so tell me about the making of Hatchet, and Adam's answering it. They're just talking, and it's incredible. The stories that they were telling are incredible. So
yeah, I'm excited. But that's the same reason I didn't like the Leprechaun. Besides the shit coming damaged, the Leprechaun Steelbook, I didn't like the stacked disc thing at all.
Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. Some Steelbooks, like y'all get out of here. There's too many of y'all here. Get. The some like Scream Factory's pretty good about not doing that, but the stacked Steelbook thing, it's just like nobody likes that.
No.
So I get why they do it because it's just easier, but like I wish they would have like the flap, because some like Army of Darkness is one of the best packaged Steelbook sets. You literally open it up, it's got the flap in there, and I say flap, you know what I'm talking about, the thing where
it's a flap basically.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hate the fact that they do those because nobody likes them.
No.
So
I just
agree.
don't understand why. Yeah, they are a crime against humanity. I don't know why I got that poster, and the damn Steelbook is not coming until the 8th, which is Monday, I think.
Yeah,
The
you
dude's
got
like, if you don't get it, I'll send you it again. I'm like, why did you guys not ship it out at the same time you shipped the poster? I don't understand
I don't get that either. You kind of got
at all.
screwed on that
Yeah.
because like mine shipped the same day.
Yeah, it makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. I think they screwed up. I feel like they probably actually sent it yesterday or something. You know what I mean? And they're trying to save face.
You know, I had that happen with Full Moon. I know without a doubt Full Moon did that.
Yeah.
I ordered the which I still never filmed my review for it. The Primevals box set, like the trunk with it had 3 Blu-rays, the Primevals, the David Allen cut, and then the David Allen documentary, and like it came with this gorgeous like box, and it was signed by Charles Band. I saw like 3 people post the video of theirs, and I know that I was one of the first people to order it because I got the autograph version, and those were shipping out first. I saw like 3 people posting about it on Instagram, so I messaged Full Moon. I know they lied. So I messaged Full Moon and I say, hey guys, just wanting to know if you got an ETA on the Primevals box set. I ordered, I know I was an early order guy, and you know, I know I got the autograph version. And I get a response back. Yeah, we had a big issue with our orders. We haven't shipped any out yet, but we should be shipping them out tomorrow. We got them today. And I could have been like, y'all are fucking lying to me, because I saw 3 people that posted theirs on Instagram. And literally like an hour after I got that email, I got my shipping notification. So I think they were just like, oh, fuck it. Let's just get his shipped out for some reason.
Yep.
But it's like, it's Charles Band's company. So like, I don't like for instance, let's talk about this, Brandon. All right, chat, you guys are going to love this. Y'all see this? Now, Charlie wants you guys to believe that he found this in a warehouse. He found a ton of these in a warehouse, Brandon. You know what's so crazy? I have an actual Wizard Video big box. Dude, this is scanned art.
Oh, yeah.
Done passably good. This is scanned. This artwork is fucking scanned.
Of course it is.
I found a Wizard Video big box at Goodwill, an original one for like an old war movie from the 60s. And dude, the box is gorgeous. The colors on it are so vibrant. It almost looks like it's painted on the box. This is incredibly insane for him to try to say that he found these.
He's got a legally safe face. Yeah, he found it in a warehouse after his company, had new duplications made and put in a warehouse for him to find. That's what happened.
You know what he should have done? Like, honestly, and in the original big box, they have these gorgeous kind of like brown patterned VHS cases. This is what they're in now. Like, these are just like black ones. Like,
Just
these
a black clamshell. Wow.
And they're totally brand new. They've even got like this, wrap inside. With I don't know if the movie's on here. I got to try it out. It's a blank VHS or just a blank.
That's
VHS
weird.
tape.
That's kind of strange.
Somehow, though, he found a company that's cardboard was discolored a little bit to have the appearance of old. See how it's kind of yellow?
Yeah, it might be like a cream-colored paper in the first place. He just get away with it.
So this is what happened. The VHS collecting craze really started about 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. For horror specifically, right? Like horror VHS collecting just got really popular. Charlie is a opportunist.
Mm-hmm.
What he should have done, but I think I know why he didn't. What he should have done is say, we know that there's a market out there for, our big box tapes. We know that the Wizard line is now looked at as pretty legendary. We're going to make humble replicants or what's what I'm looking for. We're gonna make humble style replications of them, modestly priced for you guys, and just a fun way for you guys to get some of these and not have to pay a bunch of money, but just know that they're not originals. What he said, what he said was, it's even worse that he led the story off with. It's people come up to me all the time and they say, dude, man, dude, those Wizard big boxes are so cool, man. Like, I wish I had some. And I'm learning that I'm learning that there was a big market for these tapes that I made all these years ago. And as luck would, he follows the story up with this. And he goes, and as luck would, and this is on YouTube, you guys can watch this. He goes, and as luck would have it, we found in a warehouse these fucking boxes. We found boxes of Wizard big box cardboard cases.
Dude, what a legend.
From the early 80s. And we're gonna price them fair, $30 for you guys. Like, you're gonna tell me that Charles Band, if he truly found those in a warehouse, he's not selling them for $100 easily each.
And who wouldn't buy them either? And
then, Brandon, what do you think what is the biggest Wizard video of all time? The biggest, most popular title?
I don't know.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, true.
Why do you think he didn't find any of those? I'm asking you. I know
because
the
they
answer.
All fucking sold.
That's not the answer. That's not the right answer. The right answer is that truly would have caused a shitstorm. He wouldn't have gotten away with it, and he didn't exactly get away with it because people did comparison videos online of showing the Headless Eyes came out from Wizard, right? Not a bad little movie, but not a great movie. People had their original Headless Eyes and then had the replicant, and they put them side by side. And Brandon, Charlie took the base style from one Wizard tape and then tried to do it with different other Wizard tapes. But a lot of the Wizard tapes had different styles of art. Sometimes the Wizard logo was with a white base, then sometimes it was a black base, sometimes it was positioned differently. But he used the same base from one Wizard tape and re-released all these movies with that base. So a bunch of the tapes weren't even truly duplicated correctly, the cases. But if he would have done Texas, it would have gotten way too much attention. He's not dumb.
What a legend.
So, Mel, how are you? Good to see you, Mel. Happy 4th of July. Yo, Planet CHH, what's good? I just got Halloween on 4K. Yeah, very nice. That video was hysterical. We found a box in a warehouse of genuine Wizard videotapes. Oh, dude, it's hysterical. It's good stuff. I haven't read this, but I've got this, the Kane Hodder book.
Oh, very cool.
Brandon, do you think Kane is going to come back and play Jason one more time?
I don't think so.
But you know what, though? He said, and I believed him. On the Jason X documentary on the Scream Factory Blu-ray disc. Mm-hmm. He was interviewed for that, and he was just talking about the making of the movie. And there's a point in the interview where it's getting ready to end, and he goes, hold on. He says, I'm not done with that effing hockey mask.
Wasn't that before he recorded the footage for the game?
No, it was after. But I know in the doc, you could tell he's not, because he references the game stuff he did in the interview. Do you think he's got one more left in him?
I think he could do it for sure. I think he absolutely could do it. I don't think that he's going to get the chance to. I think it's still years away from just getting a new movie, especially with the type of Jason he could play. Because I can't see him playing human Jason. You know what I mean? I'm sure they want somebody young and spry to play the part. He could play zombie Jason and loads of makeup, but a la Victor Crowley. But I just don't. There's no way. I think the ship has sailed. And producers aren't going to hire him. He's
Yeah.
too old. They're not going to want to pay for him and an extra stunt double to do all the. I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. It would be awesome, but there's no way. There's no way.
Is there any updates on Charlie doing the interview? I emailed him once, and he told me he was going to Italy for some time after the convention, and he said if I didn't hear back from him, just periodically check back in with him. So I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna get. I mean, if you ask me about it, I'll answer. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up and be like, all right, guys, I think it might happen soon. When I get the interview, the patrons will see it when it drops early on there. But when I may talk about it with them when I get a date plan, but I'm not going to talk about it. It's just magically, if you're not a patron and you subscribe to the channel, one day you may just see the interview pop up. And I don't do live interviews anymore. So if that's anybody else's question, I don't do live interviews. So magically it'll pop up one day.
I'm assuming people like that, like Charlie, they probably prefer not doing lives, right? Because they want to have you be able to edit stuff out if they say something wrong or something, right? I'm assuming they're more comfortable if it's not live.
I'm sure they probably are more comfortable, but myself, I'm more comfortable because, I mean, sure, look, I could do a live interview, especially if I have a good guest, Brandon, and if you look at it from a monetary stance, which I really don't like to do, but my audience isn't stupid. There's a reality to this. If you have a big guest on, the odds are the chat is going to want to be able to ask a question during the show. So they'll super chat. You can get a lot of super chats that way, but I'm much more interested in having a great conversation that's not interrupted by anything selfishly, even if we want to call it like that. So I don't do live interviews.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Liv, just want to thank you again, CHH, for giving me the motivation to start my own channel. I just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I couldn't have done it without you.
Awesome.
Keep doing what you're doing. Dude, that's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And you could have done it without me. I'm glad I inspire you, but just know that you did all that work. So cheers to you and good job, dude. Very proud of you.
If you get Charlie to do the interview, Christian, is he your white whale? Is he like the ultimate interview guest you want to have?
Yes and no. He's one of them. But I'll tell you this, Brandon, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I'm confident. One person that I know I could have a great interview with is Brian Usna. If I could get him. I have an email for him, but I think if I got Brian, I could really get a great interview with him talking about obviously Bride of Reanimator and
Return of the
Living Dead 3. I could and Society. I know I could get a great interview with Brian because Brian
seems super chill too.
Because he doesn't come from movies.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a background in it. He's
probably attainable too, right? Like he seems like an attainable guest. Like Charlie.
Yes and no. It's just these older guys. You know how they are with the technology. Like they're not really around. I mean, I would love to have John Russo. While he's still alive.
Yeah.
But I think Usna could be if I could get Usna, that probably could be one of my best interviews, I think. Because I mean, there's so much I could ask that guy. Minutia about the movies and, all that stuff. I think it could be really cool if I can get him. I agree with Saturn Video. I am a Derek Mears mark. Brandon, did you pre-order Friday the 13th, 2009?
I did, yeah, like 4 or 5 days ago, I think. I think it was the day they announced it, and they set it up so you could pre-order it. I pre-ordered it right away.
I don't get your beef with that movie.
I think it's again, I enjoy all the Friday the 13th movies to an extent. The movie is literally too visually dark. I saw it in theaters, I think twice. I've seen it at home, but way too many times. It's visually too dark. I really don't like the characters except for Trent because he's fucking hysterical. I don't like the setting of the house, the lake, everything about the movie just seems. I've been trying to quantify my reasons, and I should have done it before the show because I knew we were going to talk about this upcoming 4K release. But there's something about that movie that feels like a straight to video sequel
because it feels.
I don't know.
I think one of the things, and I'm not saying people say this, but I feel like this is what they're trying to say. Cookie cutter gets thrown up, but it's almost like it feels AI or computer generated, where it doesn't have enough quirky, weird things to it that make it. You don't have your Crispin Glover character in there, or everything seemed. I understand that argument.
I don't want to say it's soulless either. I think it does have
my thing.
Yeah,
this is how I feel about it, Brandon. I feel like the characters in those movies were really, in essence, kind of tribute may not be the word, but they really are in the realm of what we saw from the old Friday movies. The problem is, I think that doesn't translate well. People probably want something a little bit more originality and pizzazz in that element. Maybe a little bit, right? But I mean, those characters, the way they act and the stereotypes and stuff like that, that's what you saw a lot really in the old movies.
I agree. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And characters aside, maybe I can actually define what I'm talking about. I think the movie overall, it's a reboot. It's a reboot. It's the first entry in a new line of Friday the 13th films, a mighty franchise like that. They're going to decide to make Jason the main character or the main bad guy, not Pamela Voorhees. Totally rework the lore to a certain extent. The movie feels too much like a standard slasher setup where the movie could have done so many other things besides do the slasher thing. And I get that we want to see Jason kill people, but if you're going to reboot a whole franchise like that and make Jason the first killer off the bat, do something crazy and intricate and detailed and insane with the plot. Don't just make it Jason's origin, then slasher movie. Don't do that. I think it was just too easy of a movie. And that makes no fucking sense. I'm going to quantify it properly at some point. Maybe I'll make a video. And again, I'm not trying to trash the movie because I think there is value to it. I know it has a huge fucking cult following. There's a lot of people who love that movie. I didn't know about it before. I feel like it's gaining traction, but
I think it. I understand what you're saying, Brandon. I'm not going to argue with you, obviously. Sometimes I feel like I'm on an island with this movie because I say to myself, I understand why they rushed the Pamela Voorhees things. In my opinion, Brandon, if I was rich enough to where I can make these movies and literally not give a shit about box office and keep making them, I definitely would have made another part one, like a Pamela movie. Obviously, I see why they couldn't do that because y'all get out of here. People don't associate Friday the 13th with Pamela, which I think is bullshit. But that's reality. You know, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for the majority of Friday fans. But what I will push back on with any person that's not a fan of this movie is I think that Derek probably gave one of the best Jason performances of all time. I think he's absolutely, truly incredible. And I mean, he really, it's not so much, you can't just run, right? It's not just running, but there's got to be that tangible, animalistic, he's got that. Right. And that's what's most important to me.
Right. He did a good job. I don't like the visual look of Jason in the movie, but his acting was fine. And you're right. He did sort of a lumbering goblin run where it almost seemed like half of his body was heavier than the other.
And here's another thing, Brandon. Here's another thing. What's a lot of people's issue with Freddy versus Jason?
That Jason was too slow, tall, lumbering, and Frankenstein-y.
Take that stupid Jason out of that movie and put 09 Jason in that movie.
I have a soft spot for that Jason, but they did that because they wanted to make Freddy not get his ass kicked the whole time because they knew
100%. You're
if
totally
it was
right.
Kane Hodder's Jason or a Derek Mears style Jason, Freddy would get his ass whooped constantly. So you have to
See, I think Freddy would go a few rounds. He would last a few rounds. I shouldn't say go. He would last a few rounds with the Kane Jason, but Derek's Jason, Jesus Christ.
and we're talking about in the real world where
In the
Freddy's
real-
not
oh, yeah, the
magical
real-
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek Mears, he's
I-
the Ted White version as far as I'm concerned. So
he's a fan of Ted White. He talked about how he wanted to be like Ted.
yeah, and I think he came the closest, just because, human Jason, running and walking, animalistic, very Prowler-esque in his nature. Just again, I don't know what it is about that movie as a whole. Maybe I'll change my mind, Christian, when I watch this new 4K. Maybe my stuff will wash away, but I've tried to reassess it so many times over the years, and
Just
here's
the thing,
I don't hate the movie though. I don't hate it.
reassess. Just let go.
Okay.
Now, here's what I'll tell you though, Brandon. I'm sorry. Look, when I love a movie, I want my friends to like it too.
No,
that's
fine.
probably
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
That's probably a fault of mine. But I will say this. I think this 4K is a real opportunity. I said this in my video and I brought this up. And I feel like a jackass when I say this, but I mean it. Because I know it's going to sell well. And even the people that don't like this movie, not saying you, but it's a Friday the 13th film. People are going to want to have it. Especially the fact that another boutique label is getting this movie, right? It's so bizarre because it's new territory in a sense where one of them is just getting this. It's like, okay, Scream Factory got the box set, but Arrow just got the remake, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this 4K is a real opportunity to visually transform this movie and give definition to the nighttime scenes. Because I agree, it's muddy. It's which is kind of can make it seem scary, but at the same time, watch out, you little jackass. But at the same time, let me give you an example, Brandon. When Godzilla 2014 came out, I went to the theater to see that. I loved it at the time. Then I kind of lessened on it. Y'all get out of here. I kind of lessened on it. But then, Brandon, the 4K for Godzilla 2014 came out. Now, a few of my friends said, dude, you have got to see the 4K for this movie. I'm just like, I don't really want to get 4Ks for like newer movies. No. Trust me. Anybody that has the 4K for Godzilla 2014, I know will agree with me on this. Completely transform that movie. The cleanness and the perception of the nighttime scenes, Brandon, transform that movie. And you got to think about this. All the battle stuff in Godzilla 2014 takes place at night. What color is Godzilla closest to? Black.
Green. Oh, okay.
Black, right? What color was the Muto? It was black. Both monsters in this movie are dark. I understand you say what green, but Godzilla, but come on, like he's kind of like a charcoal-y color in the American ones, right? Somehow that 4K cleaned it completely, transformed that movie. My hope is that this 4K with Arrow, and regardless of whether it comes out as good or not, it couldn't be in better hands for a restoration. Arrow stuff is always top tier, right? They have a real opportunity here to completely transform this movie. So I'm excited about that. And talking to Cliff McMillan, who ran Scream Factory, I haven't talked to him about this, but because of the way he schooled me on how this works, Brandon, I don't know if you're interested in this, but a lot of people have said, Christian, I'm upset that it's not coming with a Blu-ray. I'm not a 4K person. I'm a Blu-ray person, but I want to own the Arrow Friday the 13th, but I can't watch it. Mm-hmm. You want to know why it probably is not having a Blu-ray? Y'all get out of here.
They have not listened one time.
No, they do what they want. The reason that there's no Blu-ray is because these licenses are so strict, and the way for because Cliff is in charge of acquisitions over there for America, particularly. Cliff, the way he described to me, his technique is, I think the remake falls under Warner Brothers, especially for home video. I know Paramount had the rights for the home video overseas, and America Home Video rights with Warner Brothers for that movie. They were probably like, well, we're not going to let you put out a release that has a Blu-ray already because we already have a Blu-ray that's readily available for this movie. So he probably had to say, let us finance the 4K release. We'll restore it and all that and put that stuff out. And that's a whole new audience. We're not taking away from the people that want to own the movie on Blu-ray. So I know that if Cliff could have put out a Blu-ray, if they would have allowed it, sure, he probably would. They would have thrown it on there. Why not? But the reason it's just a 4K is strictly because that's probably the only way they could get the actual physical media right license for that movie. And I'm happy that they're actually doing. I'll be honest with you. If they said, "Hey, we're just going to put the killer cut out on 4K," I would be like, "Well, of course. Who the fuck's watching the theatrical cut of this movie?"
Mhm.
But the fact that they are doing both, I guess, is cool, right? But like, who's watching the theatrical cut? Who's not watching the killer cut?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now you know what movie I hope they get next, Brandon, and do a 4K for? My Bloody Valentine.
Which one? The remake? Remake?
Oh yeah, of course. There's already a 4K for the original.
That's right.
Yeah, can I be dead ass with you? The remake's better.
You think so?
I know so.
That's troubling.
No, it's really not though.
Again, I haven't seen it since that DVD, and it looked really bad
Dude.
because I think my friend had the 3D version, and it just looked bizarre. So I only watched that one distracting presentation, and I've never reassessed it.
I love it.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it for sure.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think besides, after I became a Supernatural fan, I have an even bigger love for the Friday remake and My Bloody Valentine, because My Bloody Valentine has Jensen Ackles, who I think is in The Boys, that show, which people keep telling me to watch it, and then Jared Padalecki from Supernatural was in Friday.
Same year too, right? 2009, both of them.
Yeah, dude, they crushed, both of them crushed it. Dude, I was surprised at how. Have you ever looked up the box office for the My Bloody Valentine remake?
No,
Dude,
is it good?
It crushed, dude.
Dude, good, because I remember when the trailers came out, the trailer made it look like such a huge event movie. It had the fucking miner guy coming out of the screen and grabbing an audience member. Do you remember that? It was like take a 3D ride to hell. Like they really pushed. The marketing
I
hard
remember
for
that
fucking movie.
Yeah.
Surprisingly hard. That was good.
I think when I think I saw the remake in theaters, and I don't think I knew any better about the original yet. No, I did. That's not true. I did. Because I remember I found the DVD at the time that actually came with the uncut footage. And I didn't think much of it yet. It wasn't until later that I learned like it was actually like a really rare thing that a movie came out on DVD where they actually put all the uncut footage back in.
Going back to Friday real quick, and then I'll shut up about it.
Oh yeah, Blumhouse is making it really quick. Blumhouse is making a new My Bloody Valentine movie. You know that's gonna suck. You know that's gonna suck.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Unless they do
Black Christmas the shit out of that fucking movie.
Unless they do one thing, Brandon. You want to know what that one thing would be? They actually no. They actually make the Harry Warden movie.
Oh, like the actual events from the Well,
which no, they can still fuck that up. But my point is, why they should have done like why has there never actually been the Harry Warden movie?
Well, would you do the Harry Warden movie for the remake version timeline or the original timeline? You know what I mean?
Original. Be that way you can set it back in what, the 70s or 60s? Because that era is just always going to be scarier to me. Like the 19. I know this sounds silly to say, but like the 1900s.
I get you. Yeah.
You know.
God, we're old and folded, dude.
But I'm pretty sure Blumhouse will ruin it.
They're gonna fucking ruin it. I've said this before to you, but do you think Friday 2009 would have been better if the whole fucking movie was just that opening sequence, a chase sequence for 90 minutes? 90 fucking minutes of that opening sequence would have been so baller. Like that would have hooked me.
It's hard to say. My gut instinct is to probably agree with you, but there's a term what I call is just front loading your movie. Sometimes it happens on accident. Like I'll give you two examples of front loading your movie. Obviously, Friday '09 is one of them. And one of the biggest examples of front loading your movie is Ghost Ship. Has one of the greatest opening scenes of all time. Do you remember Ghost Ship, the remake from like 2000?
2002, I think.
The scene where everybody gets cut in half. It's shocking. It's so good. And then the movie's okay, but it's like that's a front-loaded movie. And that's just one of those things. Like, I think the cast is really lovable in the beginning of Friday '09. Like, the most relatable character to me was the guy that was listening to Sister Christian. Like, to me, if you're a character that starts listening to a song that I love, boom, you got me. You got me.
You know what I love about that fucking movie and the weed stuff about that movie, especially considering the guy you're talking about?
It was geographically accurate.
I love how he, and nobody on set corrected this because I guess nobody knew. I love how he's smelling the leaves of the plant
instead of the actual,
and having an orgasm where he's not smelling the bud. And then later in the fucking movie, I think they do the same thing with another character or something close to that. That always really, really bothers me more than it should, I guess. But I'm just like, nobody corrected this on set at all. Like, nobody was from the 70s or 80s. Like Jason Blum, not Jason Blum, excuse me, but one of the fucking producers from Platinum Dunes couldn't have been like, maybe he should smell the bud because that's what smells. Like, those guys were coked out of their minds in the 70s, 80s. They were smoking pot. They couldn't say, hey, look, maybe do this.
Right.
I can't be the only person. Chat, help me out here. I can't be the only person that bothers. I feel like people sleep. I'm not even a pothead, but come on. Come on, dude.
I was just talking about Quiet Place 2. Definitely front loaded. The rest of the movie was just fine. I never watched Quiet Place 2. Like, I like the first one, but like I was kind of done after that. Like, my interest wise, I was just like, okay.
Yeah, now there's 3 of them. It's like, come on, man. I have no interest in part 2.
People are agreeing with you about the bud situation.
It's a small thing, but it's just like, and it's not important. I understand. Not everybody fucking smokes pot. I don't smoke pot either anymore. It's not college, but it's just like, I don't know, man. That kind of stuff. I'm just like, if you're going to make the joke and do that with a story, especially you're going to make Jason kill some guy over stealing his fucking weed to get his hockey mask or whatever, make it at least semi believable for all the 35, 40-year-olds in the audience who did smoke pot when these movies were first coming out. Like, give us something. Give me anything.
Brennan, are you a fan of the Backrooms?
The concept and the videos, or the video game itself?
I didn't know there was a video game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the concept and the
I like the Backrooms. I like all the weird videos that come out. I think it's overplayed. I think it's over, but it's good.
But did you ever like the thing I love about TikTok is I feel like getting into like those liminal spaces backrooms videos, like I truly know that I've had dreams. Like, one of the ones that really got me was I sent you one of them. I didn't give you any context, but it was a video. It was a backrooms video of, it looked like a skating rink carpet in this high-rise building, and outside of the window is the clouds, and you can see in the distance other high-rise buildings. I swear I've had dreams about that before, and it really troubles me. It really troubles me how other people are having these dreams. Like, what is this? What does this all mean? All this shit?
I don't know. It is quite the bizarre subject.
Or the office buildings with just huge office buildings with nothing in there but lights.
A lot of the backroom stuff, besides the backrooms themselves, but the liminal spaces videos you're talking about, I've had dreams before. Not like the dream, like you're talking about having like almost the exact same dream as the high rise stuff. The videos where it shows like some kind of kids fun zone and there's a slide and you fall off of it into a ball pit, but it's like 50 feet below the slide. I've had dreams sort of like that before. That struck the most nerve with me as far as all those videos go. But do you think it's because we're used to we grew up in the 90s, early 2000s. We're used to seeing mostly empty office buildings, malls, shopping centers, stuff going out of business. We see a lot of stuff similar to this growing up. You know what I mean? Old buildings, businesses leaving old buildings, new buildings getting built, old ones going derelict. It's not uncommon to see stuff like this. And these back rooms, I feel like every apartment building, office building, shopping center, intermediate hallway looked like this. So I think it's not too much out of the realm of possibility. Maybe it's a little bit of what is it called? Not Murphy's Law, but where we think something's one way and it's not really like that. We were just talking about it a couple things ago. But I think there's more reality to that than we want to think.
I'm trying to find like the specific video. They're more dreamy. Like it doesn't look like this. It's like the water slides. Water slides with like the big pools in the office buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, those freak me the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
What's up, G man?
There he is.
CHH, you hear that A24 is making a Backrooms movie? Are they really?
They're gonna ruin it. They're gonna ruin it. Yeah, I think it's the kid who actually created the Backrooms in the first place. I think he's the one designing the movie. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's that kid. The first kid to actually like popularize it.
Dude, I don't know. I dream about this shit all the time. It's the ones, Brandon, where you hear like you see the ball, like the volley, not the ball, but like the beach ball going through like a tube. I've been here 60 years and I'm still not bored.
Yep.
That song's playing. Dude, that shit creeps me out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let me ask the chat something. Brendan, you want to know what I think the shittiest movie is of all? I'm gonna do a YouTube short about this. You want to know what I think one of the shittiest movie is of all time, of like recent years? So bad that I'm still convinced it slipped through the proverbial dimensions, like to come to our reality. Was the Bye Bye Man?
I haven't seen it,
dude. It was so. Now, Brandon, let me just pretend you're a financier. And I say, I want to make a horror movie. All right. Are you with me?
All right. How can I help you today?
I got a great idea for a horror movie, Mr. Financier.
Shoot.
It's a movie about a killer boogeyman. And he appears to people when you think about him. And so the whole movie, the characters yell at each other, don't say it, don't think it, don't think about him, don't think about him, don't think about him, don't think about him, don't say it. Don't think about him. Don't think about him. What's the only thing you're possibly thinking about if somebody is yelling in your face? Don't say it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Get out of my office.
Dude.
That's what I would say.
Like, seriously. Like, I thought I was losing my mind watching it. Literally, if somebody is looking at you saying, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, what's the only fucking thing going through your mind now? Like at least in Freddy versus Jason, they actually said, okay, let's not talk about Freddy ever again and make him go away. Like, okay, that's a novel concept, right? Like, let's actually just shut the fuck up about him. And it worked. Like, he went away. But dude, you gotta see this shit. It's one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen.
The Bye Bye Man. Jesus Christ.
I saw somebody say Slender Man. Dude, Slender Man was shit as well. But like the story of Slender Man is just terrifying with those girls and I've watched their police interrogation.
Yeah.
You know.
Screwed up shit.
Oh, it was good shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the movie was kind of trash. I think it was PG-13 too. Did you see that Platinum Dunes did the new Quiet Place? Did they? I knew they were around, but I thought they were just kind of like, okay, well, we had our time in the sun.
I really enjoyed some of this Platinum Dunes era stuff. It's a shame.
Looking back now, yeah. Like, I didn't enjoy it as much. I mean, I think the worst for me out of all of them is probably the Nightmare remake.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, fuck. Yeah. The Nightmare remake is definitely the worst.
But Brandon, look, I get asked this quite a lot. I wonder, was it the movie's fault, or was it really like, or what? And I hate to say it out loud and be that guy, but I'm just devil's advocate. Or is it really, you're fucked if you try to do anything Elm Street without Robert Englund anymore? Like, just hang it up.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think A Nightmare on Elm Street is so fucking fantastical and full of possibilities. It's so creative. You could do it without Robert.
See, here's my argument to that, though. If Robert had done the 2010 remake, do you think people would be talking about how much they didn't like Nancy in the remake because Robert would have been Robert in the movie?
I think people would have liked it better. People would have liked it better. I would have liked it better. Nancy would have still been terrible if it was the same actress. But I think I don't think people don't like that movie because of Jackie Earle Haley. That's not why I dislike it. I don't think he's the best in the role, but I don't think my dislike for that movie has much to do with his performance. You know what I mean? I think it's sort of a sum of all things kind of thing. I don't like the execution. The story's bland. It's a greatest hits of all the movies. Everything's done poorer than it was before. It doesn't justify its existence. It tries to do that twist thing where he's not actually guilty. That's a fucking missed opportunity. I made a video about that a couple years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Big missed opportunity.
That's when you were dropping. That's when you were dropping 17 videos a day.
Oh yeah, I think that movie is just one big, huge, fucking bland. It looks great. The cinematography looks really good. It looks beautiful. It's crisp. The CGI doesn't look terrible. But fuck me, dude. It's such a. And no offense to anybody who likes it. I'm not saying you're stupid if you like that movie, but I like Shock and
There are things I like about the remake, but I think as a whole from Platinum Dunes, it was the biggest misstep.
And I think, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I think Jackie Earle Haley, from the get-go, I'm pretty sure we found out before the movie came out that he was not a fan of the franchise. I think that was already revealed to us before.
What?
That he was not a fan of the series. Of the franchise,
which that doesn't bother me. I don't know why people get upset about that. Like,
I don't think it should matter that much, but I think it definitely put a bad taste in people's mouth because
I understand
Robert Englund loved it so much.
Yeah, and but that's like a bonus. Like Malcolm McDowell had never seen Halloween. Like, is that why is that why they don't like him as Dr. Loomis? That's actually not a great example because people hate Rob Zombie shit regardless. So I should use that as an example.
And that probably worked because his Dr. Loomis was such a fucking scumbag in some ways. He sort of became the hero again at the end of Halloween 2, right? But I don't know, man. I feel like with a character like Freddy Krueger, not that he's a great guy, he's a terrible person, but like he's such a fucking staple of culture, pop culture, and so much in the zeitgeist that you should, if you're going to step into the role, you should at least have some kind of, I don't know if reverence is the right word.
But see, here's the other thing, though, Brandon. Like, Robert covered all the bases with Freddy.
He did.
He was scary. He was in between. Like, I think when you watch Dream Warriors, people talk about, oh, that's where Freddy got funny. Kind of. But not really, right?
It was the onset.
Like, when he says, welcome to primetime, bitch, he's still pretty pissed off.
He's pretty angry.
Right?
And that's pretty much the funny thing he does, really, in the movie.
And so 4, I think, I love 4. Like, I've become a bigger fan of 4 as time goes on. And he is so good in that. Like, he's funny. 5, it's a rushed movie. I love 5, but I get it, right? And obviously, Freddy's Dead was them trying to do a cartoon. Like a live action cartoon, basically. And then New Nightmare, they brought it way back, right? In terms of Freddy, like he went to being truly trying to be dark again. What persona hasn't been covered really with Freddy? I feel like Robert 360'd a lot of it. There may be some ways, but like really, what is it that they can't? That's another thing I think about. Is it that somebody else can't play Freddy? I don't think it's necessarily that, but like Robert truly did so much with Freddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. So I think to really answer the question of, well, for me to get my true answer about the remake from 2010 with, do people not like it because they just thought the movie was not good enough or this? I think if they did another one, and the reception is the same, I feel like my argument of it's never going to be that. It's never. It's going to be such an uphill battle without having Robert, because he truly made that character. To me, it's not like the others. It's not like the other slashers.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know, man.
Well, the movie tried to be way too serious too. That's a big problem. And again, nobody wants to see, I'll say it live, when you straight up make...
Just be careful about the word. Take
When you
out a
straight up-
syllable about it.
Okay, when you straight up make your fucking primary antagonist a straight up P-file, nobody wants to watch that shit. Nobody wants to support Freddy Krueger. Because in the original series, he may have started out that way, but by the time the first movie came out, they reduced him to a child killer solely.
Isn't that
Now,
crazy
that's not
how
necessarily...
isn't
It's
that
not
crazy
necessarily
how
better.
killing is? I was gonna say, isn't that crazy that death is considered less than that?
But I mean, it is though,
I mean,
because
it's
it's still
death.
terrible, but it's not. It's death and something else horrible.
Yeah,
Like,
he's killing them.
yeah. But at least, again, I've said this before, in the original series, you see him killing 25-year-olds playing teenagers who are shitheads anyway in the movie. So we have that disconnect. Whereas in this movie, they show fucking preschoolers. They don't show it, but like come on, dude.
But see,
Don't
Brett,
do that to Freddy Krueger.
do you agree that they should have? Because they really made you think he was innocent,
That was a good twist.
and then he
That would
could
have
have
been fantastic.
and then he could have made a deal with the devil, right?
Yes, and he could have even, not that I would want him to become a hero, but he could have totally helped them track down the actual guy, since he can invade dreams, and then have him get avenged, and then have him still be a bad guy because he's so pissed off. It's just the movie makes you feel dirty. You don't want to root for, you kind of want to root for Freddy Krueger as Robert Englund. You don't want to root for anything about the 2010 movie. The fucking characters are horrible. The acting is terrible. The writing is abysmal. And Freddy Krueger is just a scumbag in the worst way possible. That's what I think. That's what I think. Yep.
I think I
agree.
agree. It's so funny because the guy in the beginning, I think his name was Dean or something, like the blonde-haired guy. Dude, I mean, I'm older than that. I'm older now than that guy probably was when he filmed it in 2010. But it's so funny. The dude looked like he was like 37, playing a 17-year-old.
He did.
I did like what was Nancy's kind of boyfriend in that movie? Curly-haired guy.
I couldn't tell you.
I forget his name. I liked him. You know,
It was cool seeing it at the drive-in. That's the one cool thing I'll say about it.
Brandon, if that came out on 4K though, like I'd be like, you know, there was a rumor. There was a big rumor going on for a while that remake was coming out.
I remember. Is that not true?
You know what? It may actually happen. I mean, I can't really say who I talked to about some of this stuff just out of, you know, an agreement that I can't. But yeah, I've been hearing there's been some stuff going, and this was public at the Warner Brothers store or something in one of the not a theme park. I forgot where it was. They're trying to like, I won't even go there. But I'm hearing that it's a possibility. I mean, now it's a different.
You see, that one, unlike the Friday the 13th, 2009 4K, I don't know if I would buy the 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street 4K, even for the curiosity's sake. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if I'd even be interested in doing that.
Well, they definitely don't need to. Thank God they didn't. You know, it's funny because we still haven't really heard from America what's going on with the Elm Street, but thank God, you know, overseas they made that big announcement with the original movie coming out on 4K Elm Street, which we still haven't seen the images for that, but the Zavi US store listed it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. They're, you know, all I'm saying, Brandon, is who put out, you know, Platinum Dunes was Friday, and, you know, Warner Brothers licensed that out to Arrow. What else is Warner Brothers and Platinum Dunes? What other movie? Elm Street.
Yeah.
You know, Brandon, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe this October, when we get those Arrow video announcements, there's an Elm Street remake.
Jesus Christ.
And you know what? You're going to get it, and you're going to message me and say, fuck. Like, God damn it.
Yep.
I mean,
Dude.
look, people, I'm not saying anything that I'm not saying anything you don't already know. Just kind of look at the math. Dude who loves movies brings up another one. Platinum Dunes.
Oh,
That
dude.
was, I think that was New Line, though. I don't think that was Warner Brothers. So that's somewhat of a different.
It was New Line and Platinum Dunes.
What am I saying? What am I saying?
Yeah, they own
New
it
Line,
now.
yeah, dude.
Warner Brothers owns New Line now. But Platinum Dunes would make it tricky, I'm assuming, because they would probably want.
Well, I don't know.
They
They were the production company, but I don't
That's true.
know if they have any say so
I
whatsoever
don't
in
know.
home video.
I'm not sure.
You know. But
Platinum Dunes, dude, I really want to Cody's. I would love to have a new release of Texas Chainsaw 03 and the beginning 4K big box Vinegar Syndrome style releases. I would buy those day one. Day one, dude. I fucking
yeah.
love those two movies. And I would love to have this is kind of off topic, but I think Platinum Dudes did these, but fantastic remake. I want a big 4K box set of The Hills Have Eyes 2006 and the 2007 sequel. I love both those fucking movies, dude.
I gotta watch the sequel again. I mean, I love 06. I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Most people do.
Yeah, part 2 is kind of hokey, but so good. I think it's so damn good. Especially once they get into the mines, the mutants are really, really good.
I feel like the original Hills Have Eyes is more so like respected than liked.
I agree.
Same with Last House on the Left. I feel like people like respect it, but they don't really say, "Oh, I love that movie." Like I watch it all the time.
I think The Hills Have Eyes remake is football fields better than the original. You know,
I think that's probably a common statement.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the remake of Last House on the Left better than the Wes Craven original?
I can tell you this: Arrow put that out on 4K last year, and I got it and watched it, and I thought it was pretty good. I wasn't overly impressed with it. There are movies in that kind of R word. Again, guys, I'm not trying to be Mr. PC. I just don't want to get my video demonetized because that's why they start doing all these audio transcripts on your videos because they look for words that'll get me in trouble. That kind of R revenge movies, I guess you call them. There are better movies in that subgenre, if you want to call it that, than that.
Mm-hmm.
Last House on the Left.
Do you think I Spit on Your Grave is superior?
I love the original I Spit on Your Grave is fucking incredible.
It's insane. Day of the Woman. Did you like the remake?
No.
Because the remake has like 3 sequels, I think.
I hate the remake. I hate Deja Vu. I love the original. I Spit on Your Grave. And I was reading Demi Moore's book a few years ago, which, dude, you would be shocked at the life Demi Moore had.
Oh, yeah?
Just horrible. I mean, her mother prostituted her.
Oof. That
bad. But she, in the book, actually talked about that is her on the poster for I Spit on Your Grave. And I think it was speculated for a long time.
Now that's weird.
Here's the crazy thing. She had a entanglement, if you will, with Charles Band as well when they were making Parasite. And Charles was married to Mita at the time. Now, this is all in his book, so it's not like I'm saying anything. Besides, this was back in the late 70s. But yeah, Charlie was giving Demi Moore his puppet when he was making Parasite.
Oof.
Dude, I love the Guyver. Like, to me, the Guyver, and it's funny because I should have said this better in my review. To me, the Guyver was like a monster movie version of like Power Rangers. I don't know if you've seen that movie, Brandon. It was
I have not. At least I don't think I have.
It's like it was a manga, I think. You know, those kind of, those Japanese cartoons, or those Japanese comic book style books. And the Guyver was all about these guys this gang turns into like these monsters, but they're designed like it's just very comic booky. And it's something I know I would have loved it as a kid. And everybody told me, "Oh, Christian, you got to watch The Guyver too. It's like darker, more serious. There's no jokiness about it." So I'm hoping Unearthed Films actually puts out The Guyver too. And that's a Brian Usna production.
That'd be trippy.
So Long Legs looks good. I'm excited for Long Legs, man. I really am. I'm hoping that's going to be the sleeper of the year.
Yeah. He looks pretty freaky in that movie. That still of I thought it was an old lady driving the car where she's like screaming. And then I realized that's actually him in the makeup. I'm like, if that's how he's gonna look, that's pretty disturbing.
I'm really pumped. I'm really pumped for that.
Like, don't make him look scarred up and gross, but if he looks like there's just something off about him, that'll be perfect. Make you really uncomfortable to stare at him.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping. What a fucking I like that movie for me. It came out of nowhere because I think I've said this during the last stream we did. When I heard people talking about Long Legs, I thought they were talking about that spider movie that came out a couple months ago,
Right?
Whatever that was called. And then when I watched the trailer, I realized, oh, this is that Nicolas Cage movie, and it totally blew my mind. It looks like a mixture of that serial killer movie with John Cusack. Who the fuck else is in that movie? It takes place in the snow. And like Zodiac and all other kinds of stuff. It just looks really good. What I'm hoping, though, I don't want it to be a cop procedural movie. I hope it doesn't go to that standard format. You know what I mean? Like, I hope it's a little bit more cerebral. I want it to match the tone of the trailer. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want it to turn into fucking cop drama.
That's why I
2.0.
stopped watching. I really did. I stopped watching trailers. I really don't like watching trailers anymore.
Yeah.
Because of what you just said. Because guess what? It's not going to match the tone of the trailer. What movie does? I mean, what movie really matches the tone of the trailer? Please tell me.
The only ones I can think of off the top of my head that actually matched the tone of the trailer was The Witch, The Vitch, and The Lighthouse. Those two matched the tone of the trailer of the movie. I think.
What's the tone of The Lighthouse?
Fucking cocaine.
See, that looks like a movie to me that you would just hate.
The Lighthouse?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
So of course I have.
That movie feels like I'm trying to akin it to something else. It feels like
you want to know the truth too, Brandon? I watched it once, and I really don't ever want to watch it. Like, I might have seen it twice. I know for a fact though it wasn't more than once because it's so weird, and I appreciated how weird it was. But I really feel that if I were to stop right now and say I'm gonna watch it, I feel like I'd be bored out of my ass, and I don't want that to happen.
it just feels in the vein of Alejandro Jodorowsky. I always say his name wrong, but he did Santa Sangra, Holy Mountain.
Santa
Those
Sangra's
weird
classic.
movies.
Yeah.
I got that 4K in the mail, dude. Or not, I don't know if it's 4K. I think it's 4K.
It might be. I have the Blu-ray version that's from Severance. I think that's one of their best sellers they ever did.
I got to do the unboxing. I got 2 versions of that on Blu-ray. But yeah, The Lighthouse feels like that same sort of movie.
Right.
Like you don't always really know what the fuck's going on in a weird way.
Did you like The Witch? Because some people say that they think that's the best A24 movie.
I fucking love The Witch, dude. I fucking love The Witch. The Witch has. What's weird is too,
when you give the hand, dude, that means you like something.
I have not seen The Witch since we saw it in theaters. I don't think, because I own it too on Blu-ray. Because every time I go and I want to watch it, I'm like, I don't want to ruin that experience. Because I was in theaters. I think me and Shanna saw it together with a group of friends when it first came out. That was 2015, right? 2016, something like that. 2017? I don't know. I thought it was like
2015 or 16. 2015.
That movie, I wasn't aware of A24 really yet.
Me neither.
And I feel like that was sort of the beginning of the boom, the return of weird movies, weird cinema. Like The Witch, Midsummer, The Lighthouse, all this kind of weird movie era that we're in now. The remake of Suspiria, all that kind of shit. That movie fucking blew my fucking mind. First of all, it looked great. The minimal soundtrack was fantastic. The audio mixing, dude, everything about The Witch was fucking perfect.
Oh, it was a heart beating, thumping anxiety. Like you knew shit was gonna hit the fan.
Yeah, like that was a fucking film. If you want to be a pretentious douchebag about cinematography and film, there's your fucking go-to film of the last decade, as far as I'm concerned. Like The Witch is Literally, probably the perfect horror movie in every single way. And you don't really see anything ever the whole time. That's what's even more bizarre about it. That movie could be a prelude to the Blair Witch backstory if it wanted to be. If you wanted to go that cheesy route, like that kind of movie would be the perfect way to go. I know it's off topic, but like it was just so bleak, atmospheric, nihilistic, perfect, dude. Fucking perfect.
I like Anne says I enjoyed The Lighthouse all the way till the ending. The ending was too weird for me. I love that it was just the ending that was too weird for him. Like not the whole movie that was fucking weird, but the ending. No, I get what he's saying though, because the ending is like I don't want to say it out loud, but it is like I don't understand it.
A lot of people haven't seen it still.
Do you agree with this? Hereditary is the best A24 film?
I haven't seen Hereditary.
I think I would agree with that. I really loved Hereditary. I can't believe you haven't seen that. Toni Collette's performance in that movie to me is one of my favorite like performances in a horror film I've ever seen. When she looks angry at her son, I can't talk about it. You haven't seen it. Fuck.
I think I've seen the scene you're talking about. It's where he's at the table and she's like, "Don't fucking talk to me like that. I'm your mother," because he just basically killed his sister. I've seen that scene.
She is an incredible actress.
Yeah.
She played the wife in the miniseries called The Staircase.
Mhm.
There was a documentary on Netflix about this guy that's wife died because she fell from the stairs.
Mhm.
And I think he killed his wife. But
Right.
the series was incredible. And they actually do a reenactment of the 3 ways that she supposedly could have died. There was one theory that the woman gets hit in the eye by an owl and then she trips down the stairs and bleeds, which was laughably stupid. There was another where she straight up just trips down the stairs and bleeds, and there's the other one where the husband beats the piss out of her, kills her. But anyway, then you find out in the documentary, Brandon, this jackass had another wife before this that fell down the stairs and died too. It's like, come on, this guy's a fucking killer. But Toni was the wife in that. She's a great actress. It's funny because as a kid, I saw her in Signs.
Mhm.
Right? She played whatever the kid's name is, mom. She was great in that. The Bumblebee pendant. Who could ever forget that, right? And then I felt like I never saw Toni for years. And then all of a sudden, Hereditary. And now she's in everything. I feel like
she was in Little Miss Sunshine too, I think, right? As the mom.
Of course. But I'm saying I was like, she was doing stuff, but I just like felt like I never saw her again for years.
I could have sworn that she was the chick who played in Me, Myself, and Irene, the chick who comes up behind Jim Carrey and takes his spot in the grocery line, and he gets on the megaphone and is talking about the product she's buying. You know what scene I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I thought it was her, but it's not the same actress. That's where I thought I knew her from when I first saw her face. I was like, where the fuck do I know this actress from?
This is probably a spoiler, Brand, but I don't care. That scene was incredible. Please watch it.
I saw that scene on YouTube. Pretty gnarly. Pretty gnarly.
Yeah. Oh, I watched Hitchcock. That's when Anthony, I want to say Hopkins played him. That was a good movie. I liked it.
Was it good? I never saw it.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
Brandon, let's wrap it up, dude. Do you want to actually talk about Return of the Living Dead for a second?
Sure. What do you want to say?
It's great.
It is fantastic.
No, I watched it last night.
Did you?
Yeah. I watched it as I was going to bed, and I don't know, dude. It's funny because I think the first part of the movie is my favorite before the shit hits the fan. Just with James Karen and Tom Matthews just spread that stuff around. Uncle Bert's paying for this. Don't be stingy.
Once they get to the crematorium, when they first walk in, that's where the movie for me takes a little bit of a downhill dive.
See,
a little bit,
but
slightly.
See, but here's the thing, though. My favorite character in the movie, 100%, is Ernie Kaltenbrunner. Don Calfa.
Yep.
Like, I love Don Calfa. Love Don Calfa. And of course, are you excited for the Return of the Living Dead 3? We're supposed to be getting a new version with 8 minutes of the film.
Yeah. It's gonna be a 4K big box, I'm assuming, something like that, right?
I don't think so, because it was a master tape that they found. I don't think you can restore that to 4K. I don't think, but again, I'm very ignorant to this. Usually, if you watch a 4K, it's the camera negative. So with this, it's this master tape, they may be able to get like a good upscale from it, but I doubt it's going to be 4K. There are some speculation that, oh, maybe this could be the first one Lionsgate / Vestron does as a 4K. But I'm excited. I'm hoping the 8 minutes is actually special effects stuff. I Sixth Sense is what I meant, not Signs. I apologize. You're right. It was.
Oh, she was the mom in that movie. You're right.
Sense. Yeah, I don't know why I said. I don't know why I said. I mean, I know why I said Signs because it's a M. Night movie, but yeah. Do you guys feel weird watching Return of the Living Dead in light of quiet on set? No.
I mean, we already knew all that stuff beforehand.
No.
Before that documentary came out. He's a scumbag, but the movie is fantastic as is, no matter what.
Yeah. It's a fair question though. I don't like to avoid questions like that when people ask it. I'll say this. There's the separating the art from the artist thing. That's always going to be an argument. I just think with movies too, it's like, I'm not using this as an excuse, but it's just like movie making really is such a big thing. It's not a one person thing. So like I can watch, like, I feel like it's fine for me to watch Jeepers Creepers and know Victor Salva was not a good human being. Clown House is different, Brandon. Like I think there is an argument for Clown House.
Yeah, because you knew shit was going down on that set, which
to the poor
disturbing.
kid in the movie.
Yeah,
like I think Clown House, there's an argument there.
Yeah,
like I know I'm kind of making light of it, but like Clown House is different, for God's sakes.
It is,
and it's always funny. I always say this: people can enjoy Roman Polanski films all day long. I like one movie from his. The rest of a lot of his movies, Brandon, I just find the guy boring as shit. That's why I don't like watching Roman Polanski movies. Not necessarily because of him. What did he do? He was basically with a kid, right?
I think he was with like a fucking 14-year-old or something. I think it was.
And
bizarre.
He fled the country. He can't come back to America,
right?
For it.
But I think like people are still working with him and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are.
Which is just bizarre.
Like to me, he's just fucking his movie. Like to me, Rosemary's Baby is like watching paint dry. Like to me, if I'm gonna watch the Demon Baby movie, I'd give me It's Alive with Larry Cohen. Like that's my 70s. Actually, Rosemary's Baby was 60s. But my point is like that's my kind of shit. So. But Brandon, I had a great time tonight.
It was good stuff. Long 4th of July, dude. All day.
Gonna go see Maxine in the morning.
I'm jealous.
Got band practice tomorrow evening. Probably cook some more Bubba burgers.
Nice.
We got it's an 8-pack. So that's a 9-pack, I think.
Excellent.
So. What about you? What are you doing tomorrow? Going to work or?
No, tomorrow I'm going to get up and clean up after the 4th of July party because I didn't clean up shit tonight. I was like, leave it all. Leave everything. It's going to be a 2-hour cleanup tomorrow. All day party. People here all day coming and going. Just, fireworks everywhere. It's just going to be a fucking train wreck. But luckily, my boss just gave us tomorrow off.
When'd you find that out?
About 4 hours ago, maybe. So I was very happy. I'm like, oh, cool. No work tomorrow. Good. So I'll probably try to be lazy tomorrow after I clean up. You know what I mean?
When are you making a new video?
I have
releasing a new video. Excuse me. That's a different question. Releasing
as soon as I get up to 20 unscheduled videos, I'll start releasing them every other day. It's my plan. So it's going to be a minute.
Are you not going to try to start filming some stuff with your DSLR again?
Probably not for the channel. No.
Why not once in a while? Just to have something like really super high quality on there.
I don't know. I got my webcam when I do that shit now with all the lights now. It looks like DSLR now. You've seen those newer videos.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. You're right. I just no, you're right. That's fair.
Well, about real. I know we're trying to get off here, but my DSLR it's
older.
12 years old now. I still love it. It still works great. I take pictures with it all the time.
It's full.
It's a Rebel T3i. Yeah, 1080p. It's not 4K. Not a huge deal, but like I'm starting to notice because we use the Sony full frame FX3 at work a lot. And it's such a fucking pristine. Oh my god, it's just such a. I like it's, dude. Quality is mine. That's what I shot the god damn it, the New Year's Evil fan film with, and that was me rushing it. You know what I mean? It still looked that good. I really want to shoot Sunny with a camera like that. I was going to use my Rebel T3i, so it helped give it that vintage look, but I really want the ease of access and the Hollywood style production quality of that camera provides. So I might, before I shoot Sunny, I might actually do an Indiegogo campaign and try to raise money to buy that camera before I shoot a single frame. Push it back a few more months, fine tune the script, and I want a new camera, and I think Sunny would benefit from it. You know what I mean? Plus, it gives people incentive to pre-order the film because they could pre-order, like, if you want the VHS, do this package. If you want the Blu-ray, do this package. It's because all the prices would be worked out.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck
excited.
I'm on this tangent, but here we are.
I think people are excited for Sunny, dude.
I think so. And I finally fucking worked out the script. I had the script before, but like I was having trouble justifying its existence. And my buddy at work proposed an idea, and it totally made like so crazy. Like the whole fucking thing fell into place with this one little idea, a tweak. Blew my fucking mind, dude.
Right.
But anyways, I digress.
Isn't this funny that this is a webcam and it looks like how big the lens is?
Wow.
I like the Razer Kiyo, but I also don't. It kind of fish lenses the room and makes me look a little weird. I've gotten it to look really good. I have to work with it a little bit more. I used to use it a lot, but I kind of took a break with it. But I saw somebody in the chat say they got one of these. If you have a PC, you have a lot more control over it than with a
Mac.
With a Mac, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Sunny. Got my merch.
You got the merch, yeah. I appreciate your guys' support, early support.
Redbubble, guys. Redbubble.
Yeah, and now I got to make the film. I can't not make it now. So,
yep,
dude, you guys probably can't see it. Yeah, you guys can't see it, but I have a huge gash on the front of my toe that you can't see on. It's too small to see, but it's a big fucking long gash. Cut my toe open on a fucking barnacle getting out of the river today during the party. Fucking bled like a stuck pig for like an hour. Gnarly shit.
Damn.
I figured you guys should know that before we get off. So, FYI.
Guys, please do me a favor. Drop a like on the show real quick before you leave. We were rocking close to 140 all night.
Yeah, we got 111 still, 115 right now. Fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll be back down the road for PD. I'll consider doing a commentary, but I don't know that nobody in the chat seemed to go crazy about the idea. So we'll probably just do our thing. Brandon, we need to eat pizza on the show one night. Just like
I'm telling you. I was holding out for that second episode of Breaking Bread, but I'm ready to do pizza whenever you are. I will get myself some fat ass Hungry Howie's and some Cinnabread.
Dude, the beard's coming in pretty thick.
It is, yeah.
Where are we going with that?
This is just Lazy Town. That's what this is.
Are you gonna let the hair grow? You gonna keep it short?
I don't know. I like having the pretty bald head. I'm not ready to grow it back out long now, but I might. When I turn 40, I might grow it back out long.
How old are you? 37?
37. Don't remind me.
I'm not that far behind you.
You're not. You're right there. The 5-year range, dude.
Okay, when you say it like that, I'm like, give me a break. I'm not right there.
The beard still looks pretty dark though. I'm jealous. My beard is fucking. It's Santa Claus, dude.
Yeah,
it's just white.
When my beard starts going gray out, like I don't mind saying it. Like I color my hair. I don't really go gray at all in my hair, but just like right here in the front, I started getting pieces. I was like, oh, I don't want. Fuck that. I don't want to have just a few gray hairs in the front, so I color my hair. I don't know. I don't even know what my original hair color is anymore.
No shame to that.
So,
oh god.
On that note, guess we can wrap it. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. I'll give you the outro song. You guys have a great rest of your 4th. God bless, and we'll see y'all next time.
Mongolian beef. It is off the chain.
Oh, I don't
It's
taste
crispy. Dude, it's fantastic. That shit is fantastic.
It's
I feel like people sleep. I feel like people sleep.
Here we go.
I feel like people sleep. I feel like people sleep.
Fucking
I feel like people sleep.